I really feel this pain. I really feel it. I honestly wish that we could do better. Hi guys, welcome back again. So today we're going to be checking out the Finnish. Trucking is cooler than you think. All right. What is trucking actually? Well, let's dive right into the video to get a more detailed explanation.
Country located in Northern Europe with a population of around 5.5 million people.
Okay.
As one of the most sparsely populated
Wow.
countries in Europe, over 2/3 of the land is covered by forests and lakes, making for some beautiful natural scenery. Those most acquainted with this beautiful scenery might just be the estimated 25,000 truck drivers who make their home in the country.
Drivers.
From the bustling streets of Helsinki to the endless taiga of Lapland, the undefeatable force that is Finland's truckers are responsible for holding together the loose strings of the country's economy. Welcome to the 5th episode of Trucking World, Finland. Finland currently has the 18th largest road network in the world, with a total size of 454,000 kilometers, only 17% of which is paved. The minority of roads composed of asphalt are incredibly high quality, as the nation puts a lot of time and effort into their maintenance. Finland has two separate classes.
I love when they say that the major roads is asphalt and they put a lot of is high quality. Well, I can't say the same for over here, because over here you get to see roads that over time you start seeing damages on them. Like, okay, there was this one time actually that they did a road. Not up to 3 months later, the road was bad. So I'm very certain that they did not do that road with a very good quality. I don't know what they normally used to do road. I don't know if the materials are called asphalt, but I know they did not do it in a very quality way, which is why it did not last. And I love the fact that they say, oh, this, they put into consideration, okay, that heavy machineries, heavy truckers are going to be passing this road. Let's do it high quality for long lasting. Sorry for that pause. I just got infuriated when I had that. And over here, they're just
of highway, Class 1 and Class 2. Class 1 roads are intended to be the main thoroughfare between large cities, and can be anywhere from 2 to 6 lanes in size, depending on proximity to an urban center. Class 2 roads are built to connect regional centers and smaller cities to the network, with almost all of them being 2 lanes in width. Regional roads exist below both of the previous classifications, and exist mostly to connect small towns as well as to create alternate routes between cities. Connecting roads serve mostly to join rural population centers to larger roads, and local roads, the smallest classification in Finland's network, can often be gravel or dirt, and connect the most remote of the country's population. On the highways, trucks are generally limited to a maximum speed limit of 80 kilometers an hour, though this is sometimes lowered in the winter months due to weather conditions. Alternate roads have differing speed limits depending on the area, such as a 60 km an hour limit on large city streets, and a 30 km an hour limit in residential areas. As a European nation, it's no surprise that most trucks on Finnish roads
is this limit of a thing. I'm sorry I'm fussing so much, because I can actually relate to every single word that is being spoken there. If you check some major news, there is some incident concerning some trucking issues. And I would have actually, if you look at it, you can see the way these people are regulating the speed in which most of these truckers are going. And I believe if such safety was, in place, a lot of incidents that have happened over here would not be happening, to be honest. Then look at the way they say in a residential area is 30 kilometers per hour. In a busy area, I think they said 60 or 40. I can't. I think 60 kilometers per hour, which is reasonable. But you see most of these truckers in residential area even going up to 80. There was a day I was driving back home. So I don't know how to describe this. The lane is kind of like I'm coming like this. Other people are coming like this, right? So what happened actually? What happened was, this side of the road was very nice, was very good and everything. And then, but this side of the road was not really all that good, right? Now, this trucker was coming on high speed, on a very bad lane, a very bad, terrible lane, you understand? And, in order to be a human being, I had to actually pause to wait for the trucker to pass, maybe probably use my own side of the good road, to pass before I continue moving. With the speed this guy was coming at, it was this close. That was how I avoided being crushed. Because I just had to stop. If I had not stopped, with the speed that guy was coming with, as he was about to swerve back to his lane, he hit a bump, and the thing kind of like shook his hand. He was heading towards me. I literally had to put my car on full reversal. That was how I was able to escape such incident. But if he was going on a normal, regulated speed, I believe I would not have been at risk of being crushed in a residential zone. Oh, sorry for the pause.
It's come from
I'm so
European
sorry.
manufacturers
I just feel
such
so
as
angry
Scania,
because I'm seeing this a lot of
DAF,
here.
Volvo, MAN, Mercedes, and Iveco. Finland's own CISO branded trucks can be found here as well, though they're considerably less common than many competitor brands. Considering Finland's status as a Scandinavian country, Scania trucks are the most popular here, many of which are beautifully maintained with abundant exterior modifications such as lights, horns, or paint colors. While this is done mostly for aesthetic purposes, in the winter months these bright colors and lights show their functionality, as they stand out against the omnipresent Finnish snow and help other drivers to be aware of the truck's presence.
I don't want to pause anymore, but every single word that this guy is just saying over here, I feel the pain. I feel the pain because I know that my country can do better. But yet I keep seeing, the opposite over there, right? He just spoke about, them making a lot of lights. So when you as a driver, you are coming on, you know that, oh, this is a truck, okay? Beware, stuff like that. But over here, you can literally see a truck driver during the rain or even in the dead of night using one single headlamp light. One. Some will go as far as, I don't know if most of you know those trucks that have they have normal headlamps, but they have this extra two, very close to each other in front of the truck. Some will go as far as not using those other ones, only using that one. Maybe those ones are bad, or maybe they intentionally don't want to use them, but they will be using those ones. Now, mind you, when someone is coming at you with that kind of speed, and you are just seeing those two lights, I don't know about other people, maybe you guys are more professional drivers than me, but I normally don't think that's a truck. And in so doing, I don't really move cautiously or even move out of the way entirely, because that's what I normally do. I move out of the way entirely because I don't really want to be in their crosshairs or anything. So I really feel this pain. I really feel it. I honestly wish that we could do better. I appreciate the Finnish people. They are very considerate. They are very mindful. I love that. And I love every single one of those companies there that are intentional about human lives, intentional about safety. Sorry, I'm not going to pause again. This is my last one. Forgive me.
Manufacturing is a large facet of Finland's economy, producing items such as electronics, machinery, vehicles, wooden products, and chemicals. While all of these industries require trucks in order to export products, the forestry sector is arguably the most reliant on these Nordic beasts. Logging trucks are a common occurrence in the country, more so in the north than in the south. These trucks are some of the most robust in the nation and can haul over 80 metric tons worth of wood in a single trip.
Wow.
As logging operations generally function in remote areas, these truckers are tasked with a lot of rural driving down some pretty narrow dirt roads. In the winter, when these roads are covered in snow, there is an additional layer of challenge and danger, as many of these roads can take hours to conquer, being dozens of kilometers in length. Finland's main exporting economic partners are Germany, Sweden, the United States, the Netherlands, and China. For other EU nations, much of freight is transported via truck, while the United States relies mostly on sea transport to receive their goods. The average salary for a Finnish truck driver is 45,682 euros, or 48,166 US dollars per year, placing the country 11th best in the world for trucker salary. Within the country, regular semi-trucks are limited to a total length of 16.5 meters, a total height of 4.2 meters, and a total gross weight of 48 metric tons. However, for trucks featuring more than one trailer, these limits increase to 25.25 meters in length and a weight limit of 60 tons. Though again, this weight limit is variable depending on the number of axles, and there are plenty of Finnish trucks which carry more than this. Finland also allows large abnormal loads which can vary wildly in terms of weight and length, each one requiring a permit from the Finnish government in order to operate. Finland allows truckers to drive a maximum of 9 hours per day, though this can be extended to 10 hours 2 days a week. Each day they must take 11 hours of rest time between their shifts, and cannot accumulate more than 56 hours of driving time per week, or 90 hours of driving time over the course of 2 weeks. The largest challenge most Finnish truck drivers face has to do with the weather. As a Nordic country, Finland's winters can be long and harsh, with excessive snow and ice that makes driving a more dangerous activity. In addition, the sun sets earlier in more northern regions, so a lot of driving is done in the dark. Usually, speed limits are slowed a bit during bad weather to give drivers more time to react on the road, at least until snowplows can come along and clear the snow. Finland's snow removal system is pretty efficient, and while sometimes the weather can cause traffic delays, these are usually cleared up quickly. Finland owes a lot to the thousands of men and women who pilot trucks on their roads, and whether they're driving down a snowy lane to a logging facility, or hurtling down the urban highways of Helsinki, all Finnish truck drivers deserve our gratitude and respect for the job they do. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out the channel's Discord, linked in the description below. There'll be more Trucking World content dropping soon, so keep an eye out, and have a wonderful day.
I love this. Like I said, is the intentionality matters. The thoughts matters. You see the way they said for some large truckers that carry extra large stuffs, they require permits from the government. And I am very sure, with that in place, anybody that does not get that permit, at least to operate in a certain time or certain area carrying that load, if you don't get that permit, definitely you're going to be stopped. You're going to be held for breaking the rule, which is very good. It will make a lot of these truck drivers accountable. And look at the way, see, most of these trucks I'm seeing here, they are highly maintained. They are looking so nice. Please, one of you should come to my country. I don't know why I keep mentioning my country in this video. I think I should just let it slide though. But it is very nice to see something good out there. Something very beautiful, something very resonating with one spirit. This is the standard in which every truck in the world should adhere to be frank. You slow down when things are, and when the weather is bad. Like I said, let me not speak over my this thing again. So let me just leave that one for now. So honestly, I really enjoyed this because this broke my heart in so many ways, because I know that my country could actually do better to, meet half of the way this the Finnish truck drivers and the Finnish government have made it possible that no human life is lost. And I honestly wish that every single country out there also learn from this, learn from it. Be intentional about a human life. Be intentional about safety. There is nothing too hard about that. And thank you guys to the Finnish people for actually adhering to this. And to the truck drivers out there, I really salute all of you, because it is one thing to make a rule. It is another thing for people to follow it. And the fact that you guys follow it, it is highly commendable. I love you guys. You guys are the most, you guys are the best drivers I've ever seen in a long while. So I really appreciate you guys. I really, shout out to you guys. See you guys on my next one. For now, remain blessed and